Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are setting up and doing a few layouts in my daughter's summer vacation album. We are blessed to have a lot of close family, and 4 cousins in particular get together each holiday, or summer break, I should say. They've done it now. This is the 3rd year in a row where my mother-in-law will take Valentina to go spend a couple weeks with these cousins. They're all around the same age. They're 6, 8, and 9. And they just have a good time. You know, the grandmas take them. So it's 3 grandmas and their 4 grandkids. And they take them to the zoo, to go bowling, to water parks. They just do almost like, we call it like grandma's summer camp. So one year, I made it into a traveler's notebook where they went to Chicago. And my mother-in-law was so great, so great, and kept the little receipts and tags. You know, they went to Legoland in Chicago, and I documented her whole trip because it was her first time on a plane, and she had a great time. Granted, like me and Dad were, nervous just knowing that she wasn't away from us ever this amount of time. So it was the first time for everything. And I did a lot of DIY, like projects in the house. Then last year, I did the album as a 4x4, and they were together once again. I used a Simple Stories collection and documented all their little adventures, mostly pool time, water parks, movies. And so I put it into a 4x4. This size did work great. But you know, for me, I'm always changing it up and wanting to play with more stuff. See, even this is 4th of July. And you know, me too. I just, don't get me wrong, like the size is great. I think I'm just trying to get back to my comfortable spot of a 6x8 album, and not doing the tiny albums, just for a change. So with that being said, this year I am trying to use a 6x8 snap album from Simple Stories. I chose the navy one that I got from a cherry on top. And then I had recently purchased the, what is the collection called? Simple Vintage Linen Market. It's a little red, white, and blue, yellow themed collection. I've done one layout so far, not for this album, using it. But then once I did that layout, I think I've already posted it. I knew I just wanted to save the rest of the collection for playing into this album with the kids and their summer vacation. And who knows, maybe I could get 2 years in here if I don't have that many photos. But you know me, I always wanted to, at least my style, I always want like big, nice full page photos, and then having the mixture of the pocket pages and everything in my album as well. So I'm just trying to get to my happy size. So we have, so sorry about clearing my throat. So we have the Simple Vintage Collection, and I do have 2 packs of the floral die cuts. I did just order from a cherry on top the 6x8 paper pad, the chipboard frames, the brads, and one of the additional packs of ephemera, and the pack of ephemera that looks a lot like this sticker sheet with the little icons of the lemon and some layered pieces, the butterflies, the truck, the watering can. So the ephemera that looks like this, I also added to my cart just so that I had more to play with in this album. As I went through my stash, though, I also picked up the Summer Porch chipboard from 49 and Market. So the colors work well, but I just love the little frames, the little window frames. So I pulled that to work with it. And then I have some ribbon, red, white, and blue plaid, and a new white. These are just $1 at Michael's, so those would go with my album. Then I have a few color cast design titles that work also with the colors, as well as just being summer, but the red, the blue, these all work. This just says school's out for summer, fun in the sun, and then like some traveling ones, because they are planning to go to Houston, Texas for a week or so there too. And then I have this one that says cheers. And then the additional things I've just pulled that were in my stash, I have some 4th of July stickers from Hobby Lobby. I have a few pieces from a Cocoa Daisy kit. This is the Sun Drenched collection. So I just like these cards, you know, prompt base one, a nice one with the floral. The colors may not go, but maybe this does its own spread, and that way, you know, you can change up the colors. And then, actually this one's Cocoa Daisy, this is Cocoa. I have a lot of cocoa. And then these were just pieces from my Allie Edwards stash. So this, remember, the yellow could go for something very easily. Then these just say, these are from the July story kit last year. So July Joys, a little prompted one, July. Today, some details, some bubbles. Let's do summer, everyday moments with the sun. Live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink in the fresh air. Summer vibe, so you can get the vibe. Like, I'm just trying to have like my 4th of July / July things, and things that were blue and or red. Little summer joys, something I can cut out, you know, and put on some photos. And then this was from last year's as well. For some reason, my kit had 2 of the vellum, so the sunflower yellow once again works great. And then I do have this little guy from it as well. So I'm just going to keep all of this like on a tray near my desk. That way, as my mother-in-law send me photos of their vacation, I get to print them out and, you know, put them in the book. Now, I did think about, you know, setting up the whole album, you know, and cut aparts and everything else and just sticking photos. I did think about that because the Simple Stories design team does such great albums that I am considering it. However, you know, for me too, I just like to always see the photos that I have overall and then select, you know, which ones I'm going to do a big print and which ones I'm just going to stick in pockets. And so if I create the whole album, I'm just fearful that it might take away from some of my creativity that I sometimes have, you know. So don't get me wrong. Like I said, we're going to do an album layout or two because the 4th of July has come and go. So I do have some fun photos to document. And we'll see how much I get to use in here as well. What's great about the Snap albums, and this is the navy. Oh, and it's a little ruined. Okay, the navy one has coordinating cardstock filler pages. And what I like is that some of them have like just lined, if you have not familiar, like lined, some graph paper, some dot grid, and then the navy simple patterns, a polka dot, a bold stripe, a diagonal stripe, that also obviously work with the kit, which is why I selected navy. Don't get me wrong, you could have done the red one, is also available, and there's also a like butter yellow, I think it's called butter, but it might not be, but there is a yellow one. It also comes with these 3 really thick chipboard tabbed pages, which I really do like as well. And then you get an assortment of page protectors already included in the album, which I believe was $21.99. And so I did order more page protectors because this configuration is only 2, whereas my Allie Edwards one are 6. So not that actually they do fit, but don't get me wrong, I needed more anyway, because believe it or not, I'm going through my page protectors because I do love this size a lot. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we're gonna, like I said, I had some products still coming, so I think with the chipboard frames and stuff, we're gonna do something on the cover. So we won't do the cover yet. Maybe I'll save that to the end anyway, because I don't want to have it be popping up, especially when I take pictures of my projects and stuff. So we might say that to the end of July and go from there. But for today, we are going to document some of the 4th of July photo works that I have and any other photos that I have thus far. So maybe we'll do exactly that, cut up some of the pattern paper, the cut apart pages, and get some things in here. That way we can put this book together. And like I said, it's going to be a few layouts, but not the entirety. So there probably will be another video in this series for this album, and more to come. So I'm not trying to do the whole thing because we are still in the middle of her vacation. And so I will be working with the photos that I already have. So see, I already cut this out because I used that middle row of 2x2 squares. Still have the whole chipboard. So yeah, let's get creating. Okay, my sweet friends, so let's get creating this fun red, blue, and yellow summer album for documenting my daughter's summer break. And while this is definitely when the cousins have been in town in Florida, I probably will also go in the beginning and put a few just photos of us having fun doing things in the month of June. She did attend summer camp for that month, and we went to the zoo, we did water parks as well. We had another play date with our cousins that live in Florida. So there might be more photos to add in the beginning of this book as well. But having the out of town cousins is always the culmination of the summer for her. And so when she goes and just stays there at her grandma's house, which she does enjoy. And honestly, she forgets she has parents when she's with them. So it's really amazing. So what's great is that it's always around July 4th. So every July 4th, I always call it the annual cousin photo, where they stand just together and the girls wear matching outfits and the boys wear matching outfits. Last year they were adorable, and this year they are so adorable. It's great to see them grow. So I decided to do a full page photo. You know how I do. I love my full page photo outside the page protector, so it measures 7 by 8 1/4. And I'm adding pom-pom trim, and then that little ruler long sticker was from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet that is included in the kit. And on the bottom, I know I have to zhuzh my camera a little bit. I keep on forgetting that it doesn't get like from my chest to that square on the mat board that's indicated, and I need to zhuzh my camera placement. So I apologize for me working below the screen, but right now I'm just trying to audition out which title may fit around where their feet are. I didn't want anything going across their chest because it could have worked as well. And me, I'm just auditioning. This is the Floral Bits ephemera pack, and seeing what kind of cluster can be behind it. What I was trying to do with the florals was have some contrast, because I was using one of like the quilty patchwork words was getting lost on where all their feet were. In the end, I think I do show, but I do put a piece of vellum behind it to soften out the background. That way, oh, here we go. I'm trying to like lift it up a little bit. That way the vellum will have it stand out against the background. I actually do that vellum trick quite often. I always remember it whenever something is too busy for my title to be read clearly. I like putting vellum to soften it out. I know I've done it on a layout about Home Depot. I believe it's one of my last 6 by 8 story album techniques, because I had the color cast design title piece blend into the picture too much, and that one too, I did put a piece of vellum, a little bit thicker than this one. This one only turned out to be like 1 inch tall. When you're able to see it, I do apologize once again if the video footage, see, here I go, you can see a little bit. So I'm stapling it down and then adding my title. This is the only full page photo, so we do this spread, and I'll include a pocket page on the opposite side. I do the one with 4 3x4 cards, and I'm always like the designated photographer when I come over for events. So on this particular day, because last year, me and Miguel, we live about 45 minutes from my in-laws, and this 4th of July last year, we came together, we had to leave together, and we have 2 dogs. So, our window to leave the house is anywhere between 5 and 6 hours, and then we have to come home and, obviously walk our puppies. And so last year we had to leave, together, and we came just in time, like to leave around 7. So that means we probably got there around 2 or 3 o'clock. And they did fireworks without us. We left them for, the grandpas to light for the kids. This year, Miguel took his fireworks shopping very seriously. And so we drove separately so that he could definitely stay and light the fireworks for the kiddos. So I came home a little earlier to walk the dogs as usual. And Miguel stayed with them to light all the fireworks, and they absolutely loved it. He got a nice variety. I didn't let him spend too much at the fireworks store because, man, fireworks expensive. So we drove separately, and then he came home after they were all settled down. But yeah, they were so excited to be together. And so we did, like I said, so I printed everything out now, 2 3x4, and then there are cut apart pages that are in this kit. There's one particular page that has 4x6 cutouts, which I am using one right now for that lower right side. That is a 4x6 one. And then for the other ones, 3x4, I cut out 2 or 3 of them. I think I do 3 of them. And then the opposite side is this gorgeous lemon paper, which should have been the A side on one of the papers and not side B. I'm very disappointed in Simple Stories for that, because this lemon paper is fantastic. I love that illustration. So I use the back of it as one of my cards without taking away from anything. And here's me just kind of going eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do I want in the lower right or the upper left? You know, these are small decisions in the grand scheme of things, but important to me. And so then I use another 3x4 later on. So on the front side of this one, where these are at, because you can see the front, there's going to be a small spot for journaling on one of the 3x4s, and I will be going in with clear sticker paper and putting a little bit of text in there. And then as we go on, you'll see me use the cut apart elements tag, which is the cut apart that is like the element is like where you can have longer pieces of journaling. They're a little bit odder size than a 3x4. And I do take one of those longer tags, cut it down, and make it a journaling card because it had lines. And once again, for that one, I will use clear sticker paper for my journaling. So I do have one good photo of them with all their sparklers and my hubby in that picture with the kiddos. So I printed that one out. And truly, taking pictures of fireworks, I don't know how to do it. They didn't do it very well either, so I don't have any other ones. But we got a lot of videos. So videos are hard to scrap, you know. But in my journaling, I do reflect on everything I just shared with you about Miguel shopping for said fireworks and stuff. And so this is where I'm taking out those Hobby Lobby 4th of July stickers. So I'm going to keep everything on that I showed you in a tray for my We Are Memory Keepers cart. I think I've showed you. I use it as like my design team cart or just project carts. So every tray holds something I need to work on next, because I can put big paper, embellishments, and print the photos and then have it ready to go. And then for me, when I'm doing my filming, I do, batch filming. So I'll just, make everything today. And then after I make everything, I measure everything for my journaling. And then I put all the journaling on it. And then I do all my outros for all those videos I just, created. This is my batch thing. And then I can go in and edit, which is why, sometimes for my channel, I do realize that it comes out in batches where, you'll see 7 videos in a row, and then I'm quiet for a while, and then I do another dump of 7 videos, because it's kind of that batch content thing that I kind of do, or creating. I need to get better at spacing it out a little bit more, but sometimes it's been hard. And don't get me wrong, Valentina's clearly not here, but I've been doing home projects and destashing my room, and so other things have still occupied the free time I've had in the afternoon with things getting done. But this album's going to be so fun. I'm so excited because my mother-in-law is really good at taking pictures, and so I get pictures every day of whatever activity they did, so I can create the rest of these pages as we go along. So that is the intention for this to be an ongoing project for the month of July. And now I'm just showing you, so I finished those pages, if you saw, and they finished them with the pocket pages. And so I'm just creating some extra pages. So these are the included ones in the Snap album. I'm making one into a little folder where I can tuck things in. So if I get her ticket stubs and vouchers, because my mother-in-law knows my collection of ephemera slash the things, I can just stick it into this little pocket. So I made it with one of the pages that come in the kit, and I just did opposing polka dots, the big one with the small one, and that's an easy little pocket to have ready to go. Then there's 2 papers in the collection that have like these ribbon and rickrack on opposite sides, which works out perfectly. So this will be a future double page layout. I'm just prepping it and cutting it out so that I have it ready to go for 2 photos that maybe complement each other that she sends me. I can put onto these and then embellish it a little bit on the side. I just knew these are just prep pages because I knew what I wanted to also include and not forget about them. So this is just prep work, and on the photos you'll see I don't think I did an outro, so I'll just continue explaining. So I did all the pocket cards, and they are going to be posted on my Instagram, and like I said, there'll probably be maybe 1 or 2 more videos for this series and putting this together, but at least you see the beginning makings of the album, and maybe follow along if you have a summer full of memories to document, and using this collection, or any collection would work, that it really does it means so much when I look back on these and as they grow. So I hope you consider documenting your children's summer break.